Hello everyone, I'm Kallol Dahal, and in today's class we are going to learn about the leap between high school and college and smartphones in our life from chapter 9 of our English grade 8. So let's begin. Unit 9, the leap between high school and college. The leap from high school to college is a significant transition. Many students enter post-secondary education expecting the experience to be the same as the one they had while at secondary school. They are wrong to make this assumption, and they very quickly realize just how different college is. College education costs more, presents more academic challenges, and offers a more freedom than school education. First, in terms of cost, college is more expensive than high school. In addition to tuition, college students must also worry about the residence or rental costs for living close to the college. In contrast, high school students have no living expenses because the majority of them live at home with their parents. College is also more expensive than high school when it comes to the cost of learning materials such as textbooks. In college, students must buy textbooks for each course they take. Second, the workload in college is more challenging than the workload in high school. College students are faced with the task of having to complete more assignments. These assignments are also more challenging and can take hours to complete. In contrast, high school students do not have to commit so much of time and effort to their assignments. In addition to the extra time that college students put into their work, they experience extra pressure because their final grades are based on each assignment. Third, there are more activities in college. Students have to participate more in sports and club activities than in high school. College students have both the benefits of being able to join college sports teams as well as being able to use any athletic facilities the college has to offer. In contrast, only a few high schools boast athletic facilities similar to those of a college. Furthermore, high schools may have some clubs or groups that students can join. Because high schools are smaller with fewer students, the variety of clubs is limited. Athletic facilities, social events, and clubs show the college environment to be much more social than the high school environment. Overall, college education is more costly, more academically challenging, and more socially stimulating than high school education. These differences need to be taken into account by those students who are entering college from high school. If new post-secondary students are conscious of these differences, they will be more adequately prepared for the challenges that college can present. I hope you have understood the difference between the high school and college now. Now let's dive into the exercise. Read the meanings given on the left and match them with the words on the right. A thing that is accepted as true. Assumption. The cost required for something. Expense. The place where someone lives. Residence. A task assigned as a course of study. Assignment. Arousing interest. Stimulating. Testing one's ability. Challenging. In a way that is enough in quantity. Adequately. Now, answer these questions. What do the students expect when they enter post-secondary education? The students expect the experience to be the same as the one they had while at secondary school when they enter post-secondary education. How is college more expensive? College is more expensive than high school because, in addition to tuition, college students must also worry about the residence or rental costs for living close to the college. It is also more expensive than the high school because of learning materials such as textbooks, where the students have to buy textbooks for each course they take while they are at college. Write 3 reasons why college workload is more challenging. It has been given in the text by writing first in terms of cost, then second, the workload in college, and then third, there are more activities in college. So 3 reasons have been given there. I expect you to write the answers. This way, do this as your homework. Now, in some aspects, high school education might be more challenging than college education. Think some of the challenges and share in the class. For now, you can research about this in the internet. Research about the situation or the condition of high school education in our country, then the college education, and then you make a contrasting comparison between these two, and then you'll get the answer. So
This is also your homework. Now, grammar. Find the adjectives in the reading text and write their comparative and superlative forms in the table given below. Now, in order to do this exercise, we need to understand what adjectives are. So for us, adjectives are those words which will describe a noun. For example, if we take boy as a noun, we can describe this boy in many ways. One can be small, the other can be intelligent, the other can be angry. So all of these words that describe a noun, in this case a boy, are called adjectives. So find those kinds of words from the text and write the comparative and the superlative form. So comparative form is when you are comparing an adjective with another thing or another person, then that's called comparative. For example, Ram is smaller than Hari. So see, this small has been converted into smaller because we are comparing Ram with Hari. So when there is comparison between two nouns, then we have to use the comparative form of the adjective, which is adding an er in most of the cases, but there are exceptions, of course. For this word intelligent, we cannot add an er, so we have to write more intelligent. So for those words where we can add er at the end, we simply add er and make a comparative form. Where we can't, we add more in front of the adjective. So Ram is more intelligent than Hari. Similarly, superlative will have the form of the and est. The smallest, the best, the biggest, the tallest, but where we can't add est, we have to use the most intelligent. This is the comparative form and the superlative form, which has been given over here as well. Large, larger, largest. Now let's do the exercise. I think health is, there is important. We can't keep er. This is comparison. There is than. So whenever there is than and comparison, we have to add er, but it can't be importanter. So we have to write more important. I cannot carry my bag. It's heavy. We can add er, so it's heavier. I think this is understandable now. Now I hope you can be able to do this. So mark it down as your homework. This has already been established as your homework. So work in pairs. Take turns to ask and answer questions using the given clues. Example, Furba, which animal is bigger, an elephant or a tiger? Lamu, an elephant is bigger than a tiger. Harka, is a bicycle as expensive as a motorcycle? No, a bicycle isn't as expensive as a motorcycle. Who gets up earlier, your parents or you? My parents get up earlier. Which animal do you think is scarier, a snake or a spider? I think a snake is scarier than a spider. So this way you have to do this as well. Please practice this, and I've marked it down as your homework. Now, writing 1. Write a description of the two villages making comparison based on the information given below. Here we have to use the adjective and the comparative form of the adjective that we learned in the previous exercise. So let's do it. A typical Gurung village, a Tharu village, a Tharu homestay, a typical Tharu settlement, lies in Lamjung nearly at the altitude of 1700 meters, lies in Kailali about 12 kilometers from the district headquarters. Around 500 households, majority of people are Gurung, around 200 houses. So we can write Bhada village has fewer number of houses than Bhujung village. So here we can compare directly. One of the tourist destinations, the best time to visit, mid-September to mid-December. So you have to make a comparison and use the comparative form of the adjective. I hope you will be able to do this. So do this as your homework. Now, reading 2. Smartphones in our life. Have you ever accidentally left your phone at home before leaving? How would you feel if you forgot your mobile phone at home? Some might feel scared, and others might feel completely lost. I think it is not very enjoyable to many of us. In modern day life, smartphones have become a vital part, and without them, we feel like we're incomplete. Most of us use smartphones every day to surf the internet and social media, check emails, listen to music, play games, watch videos, take photos, read news, and write text messages. Most importantly, we use them for their original purpose, to make phone calls. Now, all these activities can be done using a single device. If you think of the time 25 years back, some of them were not even possible. Smartphones have changed the way we live quite drastically. The way we retrieve information has also been changed. We use smartphones to find information on the web. Today, we can access any kind of information anytime and anywhere. The same is true for communication too. Our smartphone offers us several ways of communication: calling, messaging, sending email, using social media, etc. The fact that we can get any information anytime we want has an impact on our way of living. Studies have found that we are very likely to forget the information which we know we can easily retrieve again. When someone asks us a question, we tend to think about how we can find the answer on the internet rather than thinking about answering it ourselves. We are getting lazier because we know that we can access all kinds of information anytime. Smartphones have also changed the way we behave and feel. It starts early in the morning. The first thing we do is reach for our smartphone to turn off the alarm clock. As the day goes by, we use our smartphone on the way to work, during meal times, at work, on the way home, in the bathroom, and in bed too. We are constantly connected and expected to have a mobile phone with us at all times. Of course, that is convenient, but being available all the time is tiring. We tend to use devices that make our lives easier and more convenient. Sales dropped for landline phones, desktop computers, digital cameras, etc. Not too long ago, there was a time when we needed to carry all those things with us. The desktop computer used to be the most important piece of equipment in our lives. But these days, smartphones have taken its place. Smartphone has become our personal assistant that helps us master our everyday lives. We really cannot imagine life without it. So this is about the smartphones in today's life. Let's dive into the exercise. Find the words from the text that mean the following. The first letter has been given. A mobile phone which has a touch screen, internet access, etc. This is a smartphone. Repeatedly, all the time, constantly. A piece of equipment such as a smartphone. Device. Afraid that something might happen. Scared. Bring back something from somewhere. Retrieve. To use the internet. Surf. Useful. Easy or quick to do. Not causing problem. Effect. Impact. Very important. Vital. In an extreme way. Drastically. Now, read the text again and answer these questions. How do people feel when they miss their mobile phones? When people miss their mobile phones, some might feel scared and others might feel completely lost. All the answers have been given there. I expect you to find the answers and write it down as your homework. Let's go to question number C. How can you make the best use of mobile phones? Discuss. For this, you have to write all the positive things that we can do using our mobile phones. You have to exclude playing games, but you can write it's useful for entertainment when we are bored. You can write we can use it for research purposes, for our assignments. So you can use all of those positive things and write down a page or so to make the best use of mobile phones. Now let's go to grammar. Study the sentences and identify the word class of the words in red. Others are completely lost. Completely. Most importantly, we use them for the original purpose. Smartphones have drastically changed our lives. We are constantly connected. See, do you find any similarities in these four words? Yes, the similarity is all of them end at ly. The words that end at ly like this, formed from another adjective or a noun, will be called adverbs. So, complete the following sentences with the correct forms of the adverbs given in the bracket. My mother drives more carefully than me. See, comparison is exactly like adjective now. Angela works harder than me, but Linda works the hardest of us all. So, of all of us compared with everyone, you have to use the superlative form. Minu sings the most beautifully of all the people in the choir. Of all the people. So this is superlative. Now I hope you'll be able to do the remaining ones. So this is also here. Now we have come to the end of today's class. How did you find today's class? If you have any confusion or any suggestions, you know where you can get back to us. learning@dearwalk.edu.np. We'll be here with another chapter. Till then, goodbye and have fun.